At the International People's College, we live together with more than 100 people from all over the world. We experience a lot of differences in our habits, thoughts, and everybody has had already a lot of questions about their culture. But still, there are some questions that we would like to ask, but maybe we don't dare to. Let's listen to the answer on those interesting, funny, but sometimes inappropriate questions. For our provisional last episode of That's a Good Question, we move on from Asia, Europe and America to Africa. My first guest is the lovely Monica. She comes from Cameroon and is very loved here at IPC as well. Good evening, Monica.
Good evening, Elfrida.
Next to me is Patience. She's a cool student whose dancing skills are unseen at IPC. She's from Uganda. Good evening, Patience.
Good evening, Elfrida.
Do you have more hidden skills, like your dancing moves?
Yeah, maybe, because all the time I'm always on my phone watching TikTok videos, and anytime I get to know any dance move, I just go to YouTube straight, search for the name, and then I'm in my room learning every dance move. That's what I do for the entire day.
That's wonderful. Very nice.
Yeah.
And at last, there's our dear Evelyn from Ghana. Nobody can stroll around IPC as stylish as she does. Good evening, Evelyn.
Good evening, Frida. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm very glad you would come to this podcast. How would you say hi when you met each other in Ghana?
Yeah, then you say Eye.
Eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the same means that's how are you?
Okay. Yes.
Then you say I'm fine. And when I say Akwaba, maybe this is the first time of coming to Ghana. So immediately I see you, I say, Frida, Akwaba.
Okay.
Then you say Medanse.
Medanse.
Yes. Yeah, Akwaba means welcome.
Okay.
Then you say thank you. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay. I selected 5 interesting questions of our fellow students. Are you curious to hear them?
Yes, we are.
Curious and a little bit worried.
Oh,
nervous.
You don't have to be
Nervous. Yeah.
Let's listen to the first one.
The breakfast at IPC is very Eurocentric. Does that bother any international students?
Our European breakfast. Do you like it?
Yes, I do. I very much appreciate the breakfast. I have no problem with it.
Yeah, I also do. I like it because it's similar to when you come to Africa, especially Ghana. It is similar.
Yeah.
We all have tea, bread, and all that. Yeah, so it's cool. It's normal. As if I'm in my home.
Yes.
So it's normal.
But I think the only thing I'm like missing is because in my country we could have like fried plantains and eggs for breakfast. Yeah, or French fries with eggs. So I think that's all I'm missing. Yeah, if not, it's pretty the same. Yeah.
Ooh, French fries with eggs as a breakfast. That's delicious.
Or fried plantains, You call them banana, we call them plantains.
Okay, nice. Let's move on to the second question.
In your country, what are people afraid of?
Well, in my country is always peaceful. So we are always afraid of war. We don't want war because when it happens that there is war in Ghana, a lot of people will die. So for us, we don't want war. That is what we are afraid of.
Okay.
Aside from that, I think we are okay with everything. Yeah. Because it's always peaceful. So with the war, we don't want it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Cameroon?
Yeah, I think it's almost the same thing. Like, we are afraid of war, but mostly poverty. Yes, and but right now we are having some crises, and we're scared that this crisis is going to bring like poverty in our country. So that's what people are scared of right now in my country.
And what about Uganda?
About Uganda, it's almost the same, but right now I think it's almost about poverty, like how she said, because we are experiencing a lot of inflation right now in Uganda. And then the other thing is maybe about politics. We have a dictator president who has been ruling for 35 months. So what people are afraid and against of, anytime you go to the social media and talk bad or ill against him, anytime you do anything against the government, you're going to be tracked. And then they will come and put you in prison. You'll either be killed. So people are afraid of standing against the government.
That's true.
I'm from the US, and my question is, how many people in Africa actually live in poverty?
That's a very question in general. What about the countries where you live in? That's a big stereotype you maybe often hear.
Yeah, because I don't know which country. Because Africa, we have many countries in Africa, so I don't know which country.
Yes, you told about in Cameroon that it's something people are scared of.
What, poverty?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are scared of poverty, but I don't know. It's because we have like inequality, the gap between the rich and the poor. It's really wide. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a big problem. But I don't know the exact number. I can't tell like the number of people who live in poverty. No, I don't have the figures.
There's just a big gap between the very rich and
there is
poor
a big
people.
gap. Yeah. We have very rich people and very poor.
How is that in Ghana?
Well, in Ghana, I would say, let me say 30, 70. 30% of the poor, and we have 70% of the rich people. Though there is poverty in Ghana, but I think now it's not so much like before. Back in the days when the poverty was so much. Mm-hmm. So if I'll rate it, I would say probably things are getting better.
Okay, that's
things are getting better and all that because of education and all that. So I think I would say 30 to 40%. Yeah, and we will surely get there someday.
About your question, it depends on where you live. So in my country, there are a lot of middle-aged classes, like a lot of people who can feed their family and they can feed themselves, but then they can't extend money to feed other people. That's all. And maybe the luxurious people, the rich people, they're normally not in our country. They decide to fly and maybe live in other countries. Yeah. So there is a lot of youth. The youths are normally the poor ones. That's what is in Uganda.
Shall we move on to another question?
Describe your experience at IBC in 3 words.
I can go first. Bad and good. That's okay.
Do you want to explain it a little bit?
Oh, God. I would say the bad times were when I just come to school. You know what it means to live in a new world. You're seeing totally different people. So you have to cope up. You have to learn everything in a new country. And then I'll be honest. I'm a very shy person. So making friends was a little bit hard for me. I used to hang around with my 2 friends, Monica and Evelyn, and then at times I would love them to go to the party with me, but they're like, no, we can't go with you. We just want to stay here and do something else. So I had to make new friends within time. Yeah. But then I've had the best experience. When you make friends, everything is nice.
Yes, and you're so loved here at IPC.
Yeah. Thank you.
For you, Monica or Evelyn?
I would say amazing and sad sometimes, because there are sometimes I feel like I miss home, I miss my family, my kids, husband, and I miss my siblings also. So it's really difficult to be very far away from your family, to be far from home, to come an experience like a new life, meet new people with different cultures. Yeah, so at times I feel like I'm missing something. Yes, I can't really tell, but that's the only part that makes me sad. But on the other hand, it's so loving, so amazing. I've had new friends. I've learned so many things. I have a good experience here. So I would say IPC is really nice for me. Yeah.
I was very happy to meet you here and your cooking skills as well. The nice Cameroon dishes I could try. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Feels maybe a little bit like coming home at IPC sometimes.
Yeah.
If you can make your own food.
That's true.
And we enjoy it as well.
I'm happy you enjoy it.
Yeah, really. What about you, Evelyn?
Okay, to me, it's peaceful, lonely, friendly. It's peace here. You don't fight with nobody comes to fight you, and you feel lonely because you miss your family. This is a new place, so you feel lonely. And when it comes to friendly, I think everyone is friendly. Yeah. Yes. Everyone is friendly.
That makes the IPC stronger as well.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
What is a cultural reference that everybody from your culture understands?
I don't know, maybe in terms of the body language, I don't know.
What makes the body language special in Cameroon?
We have, I don't know, we have like ways to communicate using our body. We don't need to say it, but if I do it here, people will not understand what I want to mean, or what I'm saying actually. But if you're in my country, like, I don't know, since it's the mic, I can't really say it. Yes. I have to demonstrate it. Yeah, but we do that using body language.
And here, nobody would
no, they will not
understand your body language.
No, they will not understand, yes. Yeah, because we you know, in Cameroon, we have a very diverse culture. We have so many ethnic groups. Yeah, there are about 250.
Ooh,
so,
yes.
So the culture are different from all the different ethnic groups. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Then maybe I'll think of our greeting. When you're greeting, you have to kneel down. I can't demonstrate it also.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
You have
problem of the
to
podcasting.
you have to kneel down as when you meet an older person who's older than you, be it when you're something like I'm 20 and then you're 23, I have to kneel down and greet you.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I also think the difference also the difference is the age group. You know, sometimes we get to mention each and every person here by their first name, but whereas when you come to our culture, you have to add, because it's a grown person, you have to add something like sister or auntie. A child is not supposed to mention your name, Afrida. You're supposed to say Auntie Afrida or sister.
Okay, because, to make it more polite.
So exactly, because the age different. Like, as we are all there, and probably patient will call me Evelyn, because I can even be my daughter, or I'm grown than her, like a big sister.
Yeah,
she's supposed to call me sister.
Okay,
Sister Evelyn.
Yeah,
or Auntie Evelyn. She's not supposed to just pronounce my name as Evelyn. So when you come to my culture, you will see the difference. You will not like what will happen to you.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll be punished. So
you'll be warned now.
That's very, very important.
Which conversation topics make people of your country feel awkward?
Yeah.
I think sex.
Sex.
Yeah.
Patience is very clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think sex. When you talk about sex is somehow awkward. Back in the day, they were supposed to teach our children or teach us more about sex, but they didn't do that. Now we are finding it difficult to even tell our child.
Yeah, that's
like my
true.
child, I cannot tell my child this maybe excuse me to say maybe your vagina. Then I will just say this is your vagina. So in public, you're not supposed to say, I might say vagina, but when you bring into a local dialect, it look awkward.
Okay.
So you can't even mention it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
I think it's because of our culture, how we are all brought up.
Yes.
I think that's the reason why.
So too. Sex education is kind of awkward because I always have worried when my girls grow up. I don't know how I'm going to
You have two daughters.
have these conversations with them about. It's kind of awkward.
Okay, that was already my last question. I hope you enjoyed it a little bit to be here.
It was nice.
We did.
It's a little bit cold here in the podcast basement, but thanks a lot for joining.
Yeah,
it was really interesting.
You're welcome.
Okay, welcome.